Hello everybody, here today with another deck profile. I'm going to be talking about my Swordsoul that went 4-0 at our locals here. It was the first time our store just became OTS, so this is our first actual OTS like sanctioned tournament, and ended up going undefeated. Played against some good decks along the way as well. So I'll hop into it, give you the profile, talk a little bit about my matchup, siding, and the decisions I made. So it's fairly standard. Went triple Moyi, triple Longon, double Taya. Definitely love, I like this card. Every time I see it, I think Baxia Bounce 2. It's a great card. The rest is self-explanatory. I don't like playing this at 1. I don't mind seeing it. I don't like just banishing my one-off desires. It's a good card, and I think it should be played at 2. I also played triple Ecclesia. This card is unbelievable. I played it at 3 because you're not always going to win the die roll. And you go second all the time. And just seeing this, even if it's, it still gets your engine out regardless if you draw it. The triple emergence, I guess this is probably really only the one card, like the only card in the deck that's a 1-card starter. Everything else is kind of like 1.5. You can Swordsoul into Taya, and then that's, that's your full engine right there. The one blackout, self-explanatory. Then on to the Tenyis, I played triple Ashina, triple Vishuddha, triple Adhara, and actually one Shatana. Probably butchering that, but this actually came up. I opted to, I wasn't playing it during testings. I've been testing for Nats coming up. I wasn't playing it. I was having, I guess, maybe some consistency issues. I was only playing this for the Tenyis, and I found I wasn't quite drawing them as often as I wanted to. So I ended up adding this and adding this. And this actually won me a game simply because I needed to get the 4 out because I had a tuner left on board, and that allowed me to go into Berserk and win the game actually with that. And the reason being, I just got Psychic End Punisher in the mail today. So I didn't have it during the tournament, or I would have been running it in my deck. Because I didn't have it, it makes my level 7 Tenyis not able to sync it to anything, which is kind of trash. Now I do. Anyways, I just played 1 Heavenly Dragon Circle. Great card. I played at 2 really. I might add another one. I love this card. It gets around, it dodges stuff. It got me out of a Mystic Mind Lock. It's just a great card. I'm running my deck at 40. I'm thinking about literally just running it at 42 and playing a 3rd one, or maybe cutting one of the Tenyis. I'm not sure yet. Double Desire. Card's broken, gotta play it at 2. If I could play 3, I would. And then for hand traps, I played triple Ash, double Veiler, triple Imperm, and they were all great all day. Everything was great. No complaints there. Also had the triple Droplet and 1 called by, because obligatory saying that this card should be banned. That's such a good card. It's fantastic. And for the extra deck, this is pretty standard. You got your Baron, your Sinister Sovereign, and your Cheng Ying. I made Braun quite a bit. I made this, and actually against Flunder, I wasn't able to game him, so I ended up making this when we only had like 2,000 life points left or something like that, and basically made it unplayable for him. He actually had mine. Anyways, I ended up blowing it up with Heavenly Dragon Circle, making another synchro and winning anyways. That deck's annoying, but I think actually Swordsoul has a good matchup against it. 1 Chao Fang. I went into this once, played around Nib, it was great. Berserker, I actually love this card a lot, it's really good. Won me a game against Punk Synchro. The double Baxia, maybe the best card in the extra deck. It's definitely up there. I go into this every single game. You got to run it at 2. No problem going into 2 of them in a game. Double Grandmaster card's also very good. Search, and you got the negate. Use this actually to banish a token, or sorry, to banish the trap to get a token to make a box. Yeah, and actually OTK a guy after he stopped my play. One Emancipator Risen. Made this against, I think, Despia. Yeah, it was. I played this once today. It was good. I just have this in here. It's basically just a placeholder for Psychic End Punisher. So it should be this. I literally just got this in the mail. It should be Punisher. This card's unbelievable. It's so strong. So many decks can't get around it, and it's super easy to go into. The one Yazi, I did actually make this once. I think it was against Flunder. And then just for the links, the one Shaman and 2 of the Monk. Some people like to play it at 3. I never really have that issue. 2 has always been enough. I could see you wanting a 3rd one, but at least 90+% of my games never grind that long. So 2 is good. I'd rather have another synchro in there. It's gonna serve me better. Anyways, onto the side deck. It's pretty. It's a pretty standard side deck as well. It's kind of tailored to my local. So I played Droll. This card was good. I actually only really drew it against Despia, and of course the one time I drew it, he also drew Branded Opening, did everything in the draw phase, so this was kind of dead. It helped a little bit. Didn't really see it any other time. Triple Dark Ruler. This card was really good for me today, going second against Flunder. So my matchups actually today were round 1 I played Despia, which was the Allure build. I played Live Twins round 2, which actually I drew the red reboot for the win after he deburied me, which you'll see in a second. Round 3 I played Flunderies, which is what a cancer deck that is, but I think actually Swordsoul's matchup is decent against it. And then I had Triple Lightning Storm. Round 4 for my final match, I played against Punk Synchro, which I was testing against the guy the night before because we're going to Nats together. He was blowing me out of the water, which is kind of why I changed my deck to play more hand traps and a little bit more of the tennies, and it literally won me the game. So yeah, he blew me out like 4 matches in a row. So I was not looking forward to playing him in the finals, but it was actually some good dueling. Like none of the matches were blowouts. Actually, the one he turned game 2. Yeah, it would have been game 2. He blew me out with Calamity. There's nothing I can do to that. I didn't open the right cards, and yeah, he was able to go into it. Triple Lightning Storm. I don't think I even saw this. I sided it. I don't think I saw it. I'd sided again. Great card. And then Triple D Barrier. Card is amazing. I saw it against Despia. It won me the game. He couldn't play through it. I saw it against Punk Synchro. Probably won me the game because game 3, when he opened, even though he had a great hand, I opened it, set it, and then he went to blow it up, and I obviously just chained it and synchro and kind of threw a wrench into his whole turn, and then it turned into such a grind game. Almost went into time. There was like 10 seconds left. We were all panic taking our turns. Then Triple Anti-Spell. I sided it. I sided it against Despia, and he blew it up. I never even got to play it. You know, I went first. I opened this and D Barrier. And on my end phase, I set it, and on my end phase, what did he do? I think Chimera blew it up, so I couldn't even react. I had 4, I opened an awful hand. I opened this, D Barrier, and like basically no engine. And then in the, so I set 4, and the 2 that he blew up were this and D Barrier. So I was like, oh, that's probably game. Which it was. And then the one red reboot. This won me a game against Live Twins. Fortunately, he also kind of was drawn bad. He runs, what, 15 one-card starters. Didn't see a single one. He desires banished all his engine, and then but when he had it, I actually had the I had the ash, had the imperm, and for when he debarriered, I actually drew this, so that's why I play it. Anyways, it was a fun weekend, good matchups. None of my games were blowouts at all. They were all really competitive, so that's what I appreciate. We'll be going to Nats this weekend, so looking forward to going to that, and hopefully I see some of you guys there. Take care. Peace out, YouTube.